Hey everybody, come along with me while I set up my brand new travel journal to get ready for any potential trips coming up in the new year. First, we're going to go through this massive pile of stickers and ephemera that I have been collecting over many years, and I need to use it all up. I've got some great stuff in here that I found, and I need to use it up. Now we're going to get into this gorgeous notebook that I just treated myself to over Christmas, and I'm digging out my paints, my watercolor paints that I got from Michael's some point earlier in the year. The color that I'm using I really like for making my pages look like aged paper, and it dries fairly quickly. You really have to pack the brush if you want a good, like, deep opaque color, but that's okay. It dries pretty quickly, so I was able to continue with the rest of my decorating. One thing I've discovered as I've been working with watercolors and practicing and working with my glass dip pens is that shot glasses make really good water cups. I have a few like finer point paintbrushes, and they're small, and I don't have a whole lot of room on my desk for like a big solo cup. So I just use a shot glass because I have a collection of them that I don't use because I don't really drink. So I'm getting some use out of these cups. I had to clamp down the pages because as the paint was drying, the pages were starting to curl. So I had to clamp them down to keep the pages flat. And it's a trick I learned from a couple of bullet journal channels. And now I'm writing in this quote that I found. There's no person attributed to it. And here I am using up some of my stickers. Now that the cover page is done, it is time to work on my packing list. I pulled up a bunch of lists on Pinterest to get some ideas of having just like a master list of anything I would need on a trip. And then when I do the journaling for individual travel sections, then I'll have a trip specific list. So like if I'm traveling in the summertime, I'm not going to need boots and a jacket. If I'm traveling in the winter, likely not going to need a swimsuit. If I'm going somewhere that doesn't have an indoor pool. So, stuff like that. The health and beauty section got a little bit more extensive because I have a few extra things that I need, like my medication and things for my CPAP machine and stuff like that. But I think that's always like one of my larger sections when I'm making lists like this. It's even bigger if I list out every single like piece of makeup that I pack with me, but I usually only do that for Renaissance Fair lists, which is in a separate notebook entirely. Definitely taking advantage of all of my Micron pens and using different nib thicknesses depending on what I'm writing. Like the big header at the top is clearly a marker. Then the individual category headers are, I think I used the 3-point, the 03, and then the items in each list is the 01 point. I have a 005, but I very rarely use it because the nibs on that size of the microns can get pushed into the pen, and then it's a pain in the butt. Laying down a few stickers, and this page is done. The next two lists I'm working on are my pack lists specifically for the Munchkin and my oh shit kit, which is like all the things that I need to keep in my car for emergencies. And this list isn't gonna just apply to road trips. I really need to get better at keeping something like this in my car all the time. The list for my kid will probably change and grow as she gets a little older, but I have like the essentials of clothes and toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, and her favorite items, as well as a few things for being in the car for long periods of time. And the very first thing I am writing on this side of the page is spare clothes for all travelers. I kind of learned how important that was on the way home from Chicago last year. If you don't know that story, check out my vlog from that and you'll hear the story. I went back and added a few things to my ultimate list, and now the page is done. The next page I'm working on is my pre-travel checklist. The things I need to do to make sure that I am fully prepared to leave the house. A lot of times I have been traveling by myself, so my list is probably shorter in comparison to some of the ones I've seen online, but still a good thing to have, and I can always expand later as I'm able to travel more, and maybe I can do more things with my husband, and as we're able to do more things as a family. Once the list is done, I can decorate. Adding a little bit of decoration. I found these borders in my scrapbooking stuff, and this just happened to be a perfect fit, near perfect fit for this page. And the last of like my big lists, like packing lists, is my art supply list, because I am me and I've been really getting into journaling, and I find that journaling while I'm on vacation has been really helpful to actually like remember things, and it's a good way to unwind at the end of the day. So I have a list of things. When I'm actually on my way to a place, I'll take what I actually take will fluctuate, but this is a general list of like everything if I was able to take everything. The next page I'm working on is the states that I have been to. I want to print out a map of the country and glue it on the one side of the spread. And then on the other side, I found this little bit of cardstock that had all of the states printed on it. I think it's for the license plate game, but I've marked out all of the states that I've been to so far, including the state where I live. And then that's kind of it for this page. I don't know what else to add, so if anybody has suggestions, I'd appreciate it. And what road trip is complete without a playlist? Now, the number of boxes that I sketch out onto this page is just a small portion of the music that I listen to when I'm on a road trip. I can make playlists that are like 20-something hours long, but I picked out a few of my favorites for this page. Also, pardon my head getting in the shot. The light was changing outside, so it was a little bit harder to see the dot grid. Now I'm going in with pen and tracing over the pencil marks and actually using a ruler to make the boxes, at least for the horizontal lines. I have a little bit steadier hand when I do the vertical lines. It's not perfect, but it works, and it's a little bit neater. once everything is written over in pen and I've erased the pencil marks, I wanted to add some color or some kind of decoration. So I went in with my highlighters, and some of them I had to throw out because they are well used. But I didn't leave much room for like extra decoration, so the pop of color in the boxes actually works out pretty good, I think. And the last page I'm setting up is lessons learned from past travels. I'm just filling this page with boxes. I have a few box stickers, as you can see by the stack on my desk. And I just filled this page with assorted shaped boxes, and I'll write down things that I need to remember. Like, don't drink 5-hour energy, ever. Take more pictures. Work on timing your travel so you don't have to drive all night long. Yeah, things like that. And that brings us to the end of the video as I'm just slapping down stickers. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions for other pages before I get into each individual trip, let me know. If I'm missing anything, and if you want to see any more just in general journaling content, along with all of my writing stuff, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day and Happy New Year. Thanks. Bye.